What's up, guys? We're about to get started. We're about to get started in just a second. We're talking about bullying. That video of the dwarf came out. We got James from Mental Health BS podcast. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. We got a video that came out this week that went kind of viral, and I guess your specialty or your podcast is about mental illness.
Yeah.
And so I the whole video just leaves me with so many questions. And so first, for anybody who hasn't seen the video, we'll go ahead and play that first. It's of a dwarf where his mom took a video of this after school. He was really upset, and so she videoed this live and posted it, and then it went viral. So this is the video right here.
So is there any advice or support or anything that other parents or, families have done to help raise disability awareness and education within the school so that this doesn't happen? I've got some good advice, but I need more because this is the effect of bullying. This is what it's doing. And I want people to know how much it is hurting us as a family. I want people to educate their children. The whole anti-bullying shit isn't fucking working.
I don't know what she means, the whole anti-bullying stuff isn't working, but it's a horrible thing to watch. It's really hard.
Yeah, that's sad. It was just
You saw this last night. What did you think?
If the schools really don't give a shit to me, like they don't really care. No one looks out for one another. Just if I was the parent, I'd pay another kid in the school just to beat the shit out of his bullies. So
yeah,
I would, because the adults don't do shit. So but I would pay one of the bigger kids to fucking just tear their ass up.
Yeah. As a parent, like I'm not a parent, but I'm sure as a parent, this would be ridiculously hard to watch and deal with. And it turns out he was actually on a show like 2 years ago, where they talked about how his mom was like, when he was born, when she was leaving the hospital, she was in denial about whether or not he was going to be a dwarf, and she's just recently like come to terms with it and has seen the effects and seen that he does have dwarfism. But this sparked a lot of people on Twitter coming out. Actually, there's been thousands of dollars raised for him to go to Disney World.
Yeah.
And on like a GoFundMe page. And this is where the issues, I guess, started coming up. Is a girl named Jasmine Doe posted on Twitter and said, just so you know, he scammed everybody. He's 18, has plenty of money, and yeah, everyone fell for it. Now, if I'm wrong, please source your link and explain why to me. He's an Instagram celeb, KDOS, and deleted captions pertaining to his 18th birthday. I
didn't hear about that, so that's new to me. So
yeah, that's going viral on Twitter right now, and
it looks like him though. I would say
it is him.
Okay.
I've seen the Twitter page, and there's actually like lots of videos of him, with like lots of money in his hand, where he's like talking about how much money he makes and how rich he is. And his mom's actually recording all of that stuff too, saying like, you know, yeah, we're balling, we got it. So that was a little surprising, but it, like I said, he was on a TV show recently.
Yeah.
And so he definitely like we know his age. Like he was like I think 6 years old in that TV show 3 years ago. And so he there's the video of him with all this money.
So he's actually 9. He's not like 18.
Yeah, he's really 9 and he really is an Instagram star, but
When you get to work and see, work every day.
Yeah, lad.
This much money, bro.
Yeah, lad.
See?
That's it, eh, bro?
This is where you get
That's
to
it,
work.
bro.
so yeah,
He's gonna grow. The mother seems like a not that great of a person, and if you filming her son doing all that shit, so he's gonna grow up to be a little ass, probably, in my opinion.
well, I mean that's one of my thoughts when it comes to like I don't know, man.
I feel I feel bad if he like. I feel bad for him because usually people that are like made fun of and abused end up becoming the abusers later on in life. If that makes sense. It can lead to antisocial personality disorder or plus the parenting. Just she seems like I don't know if they're in it for money.
Yeah, I don't know either. I don't want to judge, like I don't know her well enough. I don't know enough. I don't have enough information to make a real assessment. For everybody watching, we're on numerous platforms. Let us know what you think about this in the comments. And I wonder like if I would video record my son crying and saying he wants to kill himself. And I wonder if I would post that online. I wonder how much more bullying that's going to bring. I would wonder if, if making like a horribly vulnerable moment that public for everybody. I mean, if she's already filming him and taking pictures and putting it all over Instagram for him and trying to make him into a star already, and make him look cool, but then in his lowest moment also take that and I guess try to publicize that moment as well. I just wonder if they're taking advantage.
She could be using her son's disability to make money and stuff. I would say.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah.
I don't know. It's a hard one for me, but it definitely, the whole thing just kind of reeks to me. Like there's a lot of people now blowing up conspiracy theories and kind of bullying him online now, saying that he's actually 18. So that makes it a lot worse. That I had posted online just asking some people like, hey, is he actually 9 years old? Is he 18? What's going on? And everybody told me like, no, we saw him like on TV years ago. Like it, but it is true that he's an Instagram star and he's not wearing like super cheap clothes. Like he does have on like Gucci everything and Jordans and he is holding stacks of money in his hand saying like, yo, I get money. Like,
yeah. I don't know. I didn't know about the Instagram until just now. So I don't know. Instagram, famous or not, I still feel bad for him if he wanted to kill himself. So
yeah, of course.
Yeah.
I don't think I ever dealt with bullying as a kid. Did you, from like a mental health standpoint? I mean, do you know what it's like for you do a mental health podcast? Do you know what it's like for kids? Or have you looked into it at all? Like the Gary, what's it called? The like where kids grow up rich, like Macaulay Culkin and stuff like that, or not rich, but where their parents kind of like push them out and publicize them, Mary-Kate and Ashley and stuff like that. Because it seems like they all grow up to be crazy.
look at Lindsay Lohan. It depends on the individual at the end of the day, but take Hillary Duff and Lindsay Lohan. They both came out at the same time, around the same time. You hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. I lost your video though.
Oh, I'm back.
I
What
still
did I-
don't see your video. There
There
you
we
are.
go. I'm back.
Yeah, you're good.
All right. No, Lindsay Lohan and Hillary Duff came out around the same time, but who seems more down to earth and normal to you, out of the two, as of now?
Out of Hillary Duff, yeah, Hillary Duff definitely. She's
Yeah, because Lindsay Lohan, I noticed most child stars end up being diagnosed with borderline personality disorder, in my opinion. Hillary Duff, Corey Haim, what's the other guy? Corey Feldman. They all. Plus, you don't know how many child stars get through sexual abuse and all that. So, plus, they don't really have a childhood to begin with, a normal childhood. So
Yeah.
they kind of put who's the other one?
there's
If
Mary
you ever
Kate
see a
and
child-
Ashley. There's lots of them, man.
Amanda Bynes, there's another one. She has, because there's abuse in Hollywood. They don't have a real childhood. The ones you see have like a crisis going on when they hit 19, 20, 21, 22. That's the ones that were really fucked up upbringing. So of the child stars. So Amanda Bynes is a perfect example. Lindsay Lohan. What's another one? Remember the twin boys from Everybody Loves Raymond?
Yeah, did they have issues?
One of them committed suicide.
Oh wow.
Yeah, shot himself. So a lot of kids that get pushed in the spotlight. It's for the parent. The parents do it for their own benefit, but yeah, they usually fucks up the child, I think.
It seems it's a two-way street. I mean, you could say that the parents publicize their own children for their own benefit, or you could also say they try to make them great from an early age, that they try to push their child to be something great from an early age. Like you look at Serena Williams and Venus Williams, where their dad actually pushed really hard for them to be good at tennis. And they now talk about how he was kind of abusive and he pushed them too hard sometimes in days when they just wanted to be kids, they just wanted to be teenage girls. He wouldn't let them. They had to practice, they had to push harder. But now you look and you think, man, these are two sisters who are maybe the two best female players in women's tennis right now in the world. Maybe it's worth it after a while. I don't know. You have to wonder though, if I had a chance to tell my parents when I was younger, hey, push me harder at basketball, or hey, push me harder at football, make sure I do that stuff. Maybe then, I maybe you grow up and actually get your full potential or something like that.
Yeah, I wish my parents would have pushed me at piano and music and stuff like that. 'Cause I just chose stuff on my own growing up and really never had the drive or push. I wish I did have a little bit of a push. Then that works. But if you say Serena Williams, Venus Williams, their dad pushed them. Look at the opposite side of that. Look at Michael Jackson. His dad pushed him to an extent, and that just.
And all of the Jacksons seem to have issues.
Oh yeah. Michael Jackson, I think, never grew up in his own mind. That's why he liked kids and stuff. I think he was mentally, he thought he was a child because he never had a childhood. That's why I think he liked hanging out with kids and all that.
Yeah. So, you got your podcast. How many episodes do you have out now?
I just started mine. 3. Well, one's a episode about borderline personality disorder, and the other 2 are just dark jokes I write. I write comedy jokes and all that. So stupid dark humor bullshit.
Okay.
So.
But yeah, it's mainly about mental illness or
anything really. I'll talk about anything. I just call it mental illness bullshit. Catchy name. Something
Gotcha.
stupid.
Yeah, this isn't really my podcast. See, like, this is a live stream that I do just once in a while, just to talk about current events, random stuff like that. My
Yeah.
main podcast, like, we actually try to dive into more like political issues, philosophical, ethical questions. You know, if you go to my page, we really like post like really deep questions that gets a lot of people arguing and debating over things. One of my favorites was we talked about whether or not, and if you're watching, guys, go hit the like button, like the page. You can still watch the stream on the page, continue watching it there on Tomfoolery. But I think my favorite conversation that we had on my page was about incest, where I posted a thing just saying, like, I don't think that incest is, I don't think that incest should be illegal. Prove me wrong. And people are immediately like, yo, well, obviously, if you have children through incest, then you're going to have all sorts of deformities and things like that. And so obviously it should be illegal. And so I'm like, okay, like, fair enough. But if you don't think being gay should be illegal, then do you think that two gay brothers, let's say they're twins, they're the same age, like no issues with age or anything there, like say you have two gay brothers, do you think it should be illegal for them to have sex with each other? And every time, like, most of the time they would either like be like, oh yeah, you're right, maybe there's not really anything wrong with incest itself, there's just something wrong with having children,
the pregnancy and all that.
Yes. Yeah, there's issues with having a pregnancy within incest. And so like it's disgusting to think about. Like I don't want anybody to think that I am in favor of incest or anything like that.
My sister just gave birth to an 8-pound baby boy. It's her second child and my first, so congrats on that.
No, thank you. But yeah, like it's questions like that. We like to bring up like moral and ethical questions that are mainly going to like challenge what you think about the world, what you things that maybe you were kind of trained to believe, or like social norms that you just that you automatically believe, but you don't know why, like presuppositions, kind of getting into that area. And so we really like to ask questions to say, like the other day, I think we got into breastfeeding and people were really upset, but I was like, I don't think you should be able to breastfeed in public. And I like take these positions that I know people are going to be upset about, just so that they can challenge me and I can like kind of get them to get those gears working and maybe rethink their positions.
I hate these fucking mothers that fucking go out in public and breastfeed, and they're just wanting someone to say something so they can say something back. They just do it for fucking, most of them do it for fucking attention. I'm like, goddamn, oh no, it's like, some people, if you want to breastfeed, like, I don't mean in public, just don't do it with your tit hanging out, like do it somewhere. People just want,
I don't really care about breastfeeding in public. It's not something I actually care about, but I'm taking a position that I want people to challenge me on. And I think that if I'm easily able to defend saying that if you breastfeed in public, you can wear, I don't know what you call it, like a vanity towel or a whatever.
Yeah, I don't mind that, but
yes, wear a towel or go to the restroom. My mom had 5 kids. She said that she never had to breastfeed in public, but she always breastfed all of us. We were able to, either pump ahead of time and have a bottle or have some Similac ready to go or something. The kid's not going to starve if you don't stop and breastfeed them right then and there. But it's this issue to where I guess we do want to like help women in society. We want to give them a little bit more help, and we want to kind of because we don't have to have kids, we don't have to deal with that issue. And so we do want to say like, hey, maybe we don't, like as men, we don't have to deal with as much with children. And so we want to kind of give a little helping hand and say, hey, breastfeed wherever you want, have your nipples out wherever you want, no problemo.
I held my screen. There we go. Hold on. My screen went blank. For fucking some reason I can't see. There we go.
Yeah,
Why the hell it went
anybody
blank? There we go. Where'd it go?
in the chat who would like to call in and talk to us about breastfeeding in public, feel free to comment, and you will get a message with a number that you can call to call into the show. But yeah, so what was your last episode about? Tell me about your last episode.
Mine?
Yeah.
That was just dark jokes. Just I like joking about dark subjects like incest, anything really, social issues, pedophilia, and just see I like seeing what people will laugh at if you make the joke clever enough. Like,
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, just stuff like that. Like, what's another one?
We start all of my podcasts off with actually like dad jokes. Like every actual episode that I do, we start them off with dad jokes. And so I think the last one I did, it's actually a joke that I made up on episode 11, but I made it up and said it on the podcast. It was, what do you call a group of organized gay nurses?
What?
The Homeowners Association.